Alright, should be up now.
I'm gonna reload the page just now.
No, like it wasn't, but now it should be. You know what I'm saying? So it'll take like a minute to fully.
Oh,
it's not instantaneous.
I love the bank corner at the.
Bank.
Pit road
the carousel.
kind of. No, like the bank corner right after the carousel. I like it.
All right, now it's up. Confirmed.
Hopefully it stays up.
The track was so narrow back then.
I mean, there was smaller cars.
This is practically a rally course back then. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
I love this track.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh. Didn't they basically have like little go-karts going on?
I mean, they had anything, you know.
1967's.
Because no, honestly, it's because too many people either know Nords really well or don't know it at all. So there's an inherent advantage to doing the regular Nords layout, just because I know people fucking mainline that track.
Oh, I mean, I mainline that section.
So
Exeter,
I figured fresh layout would make it so you still get a little advantage with familiarity, but you know, not a crazy one.
Is this like a season track though?
Yeah, this is a season race.
A season track.
Yeah, it's a 1 hour long
there's no
double points race.
I'm just making
double points. Oh man.
Yeah, it's 1 hour for double points.
Wait, we don't have marshals?
I mean, there's never marshals. Botlando, I don't think you're gonna finish the race with that.
I think I'm missing something.
Yeah, it's called tires.
Oh my!
I caught air on that jump.
Well, technically, then this will be our first endurance race for the season.
Yeah. How are you always catching up to me?
Because he's fast as fuck.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a few 1 hour races throughout the season, but
don't fucking be heavy on the gas there.
The other ones, I will say, the other ones you'll have to have a pit strategy. I'm gonna be messing with tires and fuel.
That's good.
This one, like I said, it's a little bit fucky with the pits, so I left it alone.
So we don't have to pit then?
No, because you kind of just pull off.
There's really no designated pit lane. If you just accidentally go into it, it shows up.
Wait, so what is pitting?
You don't have to pit in this one, but in the next few endurance races, you're gonna have to.
Where are those races?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure are.
Yeah, what he said.
There's races.
They are the races of all time.
Plot twist, we're gonna have oval racing for the last race, GT3.
Yo, let's go NASCAR.
It's so easy to get lost here, man.
I know your mind's just so used to the old track.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a second, I'm not where I think I am. Or yeah, the new one.
I have to keep running the modern day track in my head as I'm going around here. Oh wow.
And keep reminding yourself not to.
At least some parts are the same.
Who put that grass there?
Yeah, like this is how it started, you know? It came from here.
This literally reminds me of where I grew up, like driving home.
RP. Some nice back roads.
Oh, you get so light.
Wait, yeah, Diet, you're in the shark one.
Yeah, I got
B, man.
Just eat cartwheels.
Throwing me off here.
Jim, don't yell at me about front locking when my tires weren't even on the ground. Of course they locked.
It's so funny because we're halfway through practice and nobody has finished to come all the way around yet. Oh my god! Oh boy! It's murder! Well, it's suicide, really, I think, technically.
This is gonna be a really long hour, man.
Yeah, it really is gonna be.
Oh no!
Tortoise in the hare situation.
You're just trolling us, Buggy.
So, you got 28-degree track temps.
Oh,
I don't know how that helps to you right now, but that's just for until the Celsius.
Oh, what's that?
I
Just,
don't
like,
know.
Multiply it by 1.8 and then add
Can't
30
throw it in
to
that
it.
hard.
Alright, now the wind on the stream is in relation to the map, so looks like the
20 is
wind
probably, like,
actually
78.
significantly helps you down the whole back straight. It's 14 km/h tailwind.
Damn. Perfect.
Yeah, till the weather changes.
Oh my god! Oh, I forgot to get you there! Ah!
Oh. Zach determined to
Imagine
catch the
going
two
down the
ahead.
straightaway and the hedges were this high, you know?
Damn. This is gonna be a very cinematic race, I'll tell you guys that much. Like, even just the cars lapping by themselves look so ridiculous because all the curves, scenery.
I don't know what the braking is.
Look for where there's a bunch of tire marks on the road.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
what's
with
up,
other
man?
people.
This is your time, Zach. This is your chance.
Yeah! Let's go! I feel like I'm in Star Wars right now.
There's a beautifully
fucking
paved
sunshine?
road directly next to this one on the map. That's so fucking funny. It's like gorgeous asphalt.
Oh my god.
That's when you find that.
Staying straight. I don't know where the braking
Oh
point
boy,
is.
oh boy.
Dear Lord. Chicane, I mean.
Oh, that's a lot of corners coming up.
Can we door somebody into the pits?
Just knock him into the pit limiter. I would say that would be frowned upon and
advised.
strongly,
Not an instant DQ, but definitely.
but pretty close. Yeah,
Wait,
no,
how long
considering
is
how
one?
wide the track is, 25 minutes, and then overtime is pretty long. You'll have enough time to finish a lap as long as you cross the line before countdown goes to 0. Honestly, even after, I made it 200% of the top lap time. So in theory, you guys will have 16 minutes of overtime.
We'll have another 50% to practice.
Speed bump will have done 3 laps by then.
Because it'll be the same way as the EU, where I'll just, once everybody's ready, I'll just shift it over to the race. I kind of did it to just give a cushion. Well, at some point, everybody will upvote you. Oh, that's the thing with the restarts, by the way, guys. We still have the restart votes available for catastrophic situations, but there will be no more admin interference. It will be all up to you guys. However, I don't suggest trying to vote for a restart and stuff, because if you pull over and you vote and the vote doesn't pass, you're SOL. So I would focus on making the most of what you got and save it for, I don't know, someone's facing the wrong way on the grid or someone's in the pits or something like that.
I bound no to my steering wheel, so yeah.
That's my guy. That's the type of attitude we're looking for here. We need that
I will
initiative.
say every time there has been a restart, immediately before the restart, I am doing phenomenally, so I am all for no restarts.
Yeah.
Every time I said yes
Damn
to a
it.
restart is because I killed somebody by mistake. Immediately as everybody started saying, let's restart.
The guilt, yes.
Yeah.
So they do also have like an extended one with a Nürburgring section of it. And I'm looking at it. Wow. That would be so long. You guys would kill me for making you do all that. We're gonna do that one next time.
Maybe next time just Nürburgring and not North.
No, dude, this is awesome. We're doing all of it. No shot.
24 hours first time.
Yeah, exactly.
App not active.
Go down for it.
I almost did the Yang Garner.
The what?
I almost did the GT, like the Gran
There is
Turismo
no
crash.
Or at airfield.
You don't mind the track limits.
You can get a little bit of airtime, I'm sure, on this one.
I've caught
Oh, I've
so
got
much
a bunch of
air.
airtime.
I got
Okay,
a lot
all
of
right.
air.
This seems like not a controversial topic. Never mind.
Oh, airtime is guaranteed.
I have a picture of me catching air.
I'm not doing this.
Oh my
This
god.
is crazy. I need a setup or something. If someone can sauce.
What are you driving?
Why don't you just use the one that you used at the last track?
What?
Setup is gonna matter so little in this race. It's gonna be way more about who can just finish it.
Yeah, I just want a stable setup. That's all.
Can you not save them from first
Jack
place?
your rear wing not to die straight out.
Yeah, that probably would. Maybe look.
Wait, why would I try? Why would I try a setup that isn't meant for this?
You guys can turn up the rear wing if you want. I will blast past you on this race.
You want to like you can use setups from different tracks. It's not locked to a specific. Like sure you want to fine tune it afterwards, but like I always use different tracks that are similar as a starting point and then tune it as I need to, rather than start from zero.
I crack open Setup Exchange and grab the one that claims to have the fastest time. Mostly so I can prove them wrong. Yeah, this doesn't go that fast. you liar.
151,
Plus,
more
you're not
like
gonna-
a 739.
Yeah, you're not gonna just slap on a setup and instantly improve. You know, you gotta feel that out. 'Cause,
Right.
you know, obviously, you have a driving style, so like you're almost better off just doing what you know.
In my
Someone
rookie
have a-
experience,
that'd be so cool.
in my rookie experience, what I do, I take the best setup that I had from the last race, use it for this one because I like how it feels, and then I just tune around the tire pressure.
Nothing wrong with
So
that.
you still get the same feel. and it still works. Especially if you don't know what to do, I guess.
Yeah, we have a couple threads too to help walk through just basic setup things. Like it literally, when I say basic, they have it. It's like a pictograph or some shit. Pictogram. There you go. That's my boy.
I think it's
There's a
bad
good
competition.
YouTube video guy that kind of goes through like, you know, start here and go through everything. I think I've shared it once before.
I was gonna say, I think that's in the thread too.
Yeah, it's
In
real
Coach's Paddock, there's a thread for setup exchange. So you can search in all the forums. So like, I just go to Coach's Paddock and search setup, and then you'll see like all the different things. Or you can like look at just the setup guide tag and things.
RP, app not active.
Hey, purple's here.
Should I be suspicious that 3 out of the 4 BMW boys are in the pits right now?
Yes.
RP, app not active.
Which one's that?
Collusion.
Collusion.
What have I done? Also, I like how you just put it out.
That's my broadcast cam. I needed something efficient.
I flipped over.
RP,
I'm on
app
fire.
not active.
Oh, and I'm dead.
Speed.
What do you
speed
mean?
bump.
The other way up.
There's speed bump in here.
He's usually muted.
Yeah, he's probably
Speed not active. Can I heat your setup?
Damn, I got a lot of racers today.
A lot of races for sure. So is anyone gonna set a time?
I was gonna, but I decided not to.
Oh, I jinxed
tried,
Max.
but I
Yeah, Max
did.
was doing phenomenal till I said that.
And now my car's stuck upside down.
RP,
I had gone
Some
off
might
like
say
11
that
earlier,
was my fault.
I think it's like one attempt at a qualifying lap and then just give up.
No, you get 3, I think.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna make one attempt and then
Oh, wow.
that's okay. I'll come
Okay.
back.
If somebody's blocking the track, can we ram into them at 150 miles per hour?
I would say please don't.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
So everybody be on your behavior.
Have a behavior?
On your bestest of the behaviors. Oh, wow, that is a way around that fence line.
I know.
You didn't hit it though. The tree you did, but you didn't the fence.
So I got a set of Simjack Pro pedals today.
How do you like
Okay.
them?
They're still in the box. I'm moving this weekend, so
that's
I'm not able. I probably won't get to them until like Sunday night, but I'm super excited.
I'm using mine right now.
Awesome. Yeah. I saw that they did a lot of upgrades to some of the things that people not really had issues with, but they had to kind of fix themselves, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades. That's how we make the dough.
Purple, is that you on my butthole?
It's you on my butthole, you know it's cool.
Who is this Audi on my butthole?
It's Game Pride Month.
Dapper.
You know how to do.
It shouldn't be me because if you see like a livery with probably like a blue, is it blue?
It's black blue. It was Dapper.
Yeah, then it's not me. I'm in like what's it called? What's like the Borderlands style like lines?
Cell shading.
Pop art.
Cell shading. Yeah, it looks like a cell shading.
I think it's cell shading.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
cell shading.
Yeah, mine looks like a cell shaded art style.
Oh no! Oh no!
You possibly have it cell shaded.
Actually, no. I should make a full cell shaded card next season.
Dude, I'm not even like joshing. That would be kind of cool. Oh snap! Hey, I didn't do my fuel because I never got to do regular laps. So can you guys take me with the cow?
I don't think anybody's
Is
managed.
that Dapper speaking?
Yeah.
Alright,
And-
so race
Zach,
should
that
be
happened.
like, so for quali,
Purple, it wasn't
like
Dapper.
2 laps.
It was not Dapper.
It was not me.
For the-
That's fine.
Hey, for the Z4, just do 50 on the quali and then put 92 in for race.
Alright.
Yeah, full race for them.
Yeah.
60 liters.
What are fuel?
You'll get 1.5 laps.
Are you saying 90 liters?
I've
for
done the math on
race?
the 16 liters.
I went all the way to the top, 110.
Ain't never
It's
gonna
better-
stop.
It's better to have more than less.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call
Do these
me
have
a
different,
liar.
gas tank sizes, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cars do.
Yeah, the Porsche has 120.
What should the
Soft
BMW...
for quali.
For quali? Yeah, you can.
For softs, like, they'll only last 2 to 3 laps before they basically lose their value.
So, do you think we're gonna have to pit for mediums?
I think that's if you want to, you won't. But if you do it correctly, you will need it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to for this race.
I'm gonna do anything correct.
Unless you're doing softs, maybe.
Yeah, if you're doing
Or,
soft, you're gonna
repairing damage.
Or yeah, or that. But 55% damage. You guys should be fine. I turned it down so much. The only event I've ever turned it down more than this for was Macau in the Formula cars.
Hey, Z4 tire pressures, can you hit me with it?
For
Rights are up.
soft?
7.
Oh, mediums.
So for your quali, put on softs.
Okay, yeah.
18 all around.
18 all around, huh? Okay.
What about mediums? What about mediums?
I think it would just be the same tire pressure, just put on mediums.
No, I'm gonna go 19 on the mediums.
Oh shit. Oh my god, we got mathematicians in this bitch.
No, we got a calculator. No, we don't have a mathematician, we have a calculator.
That is a mathematician though. Am I wrong?
Actually, no, the mathematician requires that it's a person, so...
We have a heart. Hold on. No, it doesn't.
What if it's AI?
Well, hang on. Have you guys thought about trying 16 liters?
Absolutely.
I you know what? I
have it on the side of my car. I'm ready to go.
I wish there was a way that like I could set up some kind of glitch in the server, so if you put 16 liters in your car, you got unlimited fuel, or something. Like,
actually, what weight would the unlimited fuel be at though? Is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super ballast.
it would be just you'd have 16 liters permanently
Why
forever.
Can't I move?
I know. I wanted to ballast Tom. I was watching him for so long, but I'm like, it's such a long track. Like, I'm sure it's hard enough.
Guys, what should I put my traction control at?
17.
0. Yeah, no, that's the real answer. Whatever you feel
That's
comfortable.
rough, dude.
What about drivetrain?
Oh, I don't know about
The Z4. What's
pretty good.
for the Z4?
That's actually really good.
All right, definitely don't ask for a setup. Single category by single category. There's way too many.
What the heck is it?
3
Freaking
seconds before the race as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just trying to get a good setup so I don't mess up.
What do you guys
Well, I mean, it's all up to you how you drive. We don't
Right,
know
like
you.
that's the thing. It's how you.
I
Here,
don't
hang on.
care. I don't care. I just want to set up.
What car are you in?
Exchange.
Then yeah, just grab it from Setup Exchange.
You're in the
Drop
Z4.
it
Setup Exchange loves you.
You can just pick the one that's like the most highly voted.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have a normal Nords set up for the Z4. I would just pick one of that because it'll. Right.
Pick up one with the most updates.
He doesn't have setup exchange on either.
What is setup?
Alright, do you guys feel practiced? You guys feel
It's an
good?
app. Yeah. It's an app that's built into the app table. You can add it to the screen. It'll show up. It'll tell you where you want it to show up, and then when you're in the pit, it'll.
Damn, qualify is fucking 25 minutes. I guess it would be like two, 3 laps. Holy shit.
So make
Purple
your,
with the qual.
Yeah, make your out loud count.
Why can't this be like ACC, where you have an option to cut it short through the nerve?
Sen, I would just pick at this point. I would just pick a setup that you have from a different track and start from there.
With,
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work though.
Yeah, that's why just try a couple of them. You know, no, yeah. That's why it's practice and qual.
What?
We're 25 minutes away from the event, and we've had 7 days to figure it out.
7 days.
I don't care.
He counts down 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Fuck, you're late.
I haven't had time.
I know. I'm just saying, like, we can't be doing it in the voice chat.
That was beautiful.
One thing at a time.
Final countdown.
I just need someone to give me a setup, please. Please.
Oh, I love you too, dude.
Sen, if no one's sharing one, then no one's sharing one. That's just, it's unfortunate, but that's just the circumstances. You can't make people share setups if they don't want to. I would just, Sen, this is the mute inbound warning. Like, you've asked, nobody's done it. I would just come up with a plan B.
Did you force it?
Yes.
If we ever get to quali.
I'll just run base setup. Oh well.
Do you believe it?
Make sure you change your fuel.
There we go.
Here we go. Let's go, boys. Are you ready for this?
Not at all.
Alright, can we just chill? Like, hey, it's an outlap. Let's not race each other. Let's just fucking chill, dude. Let's just go out here and be with the boys.
Project's using the GT7 HUD.
Speak for yourself. Let's go
You got a
work.
good line.
We're on the Nürburgring.
Guys, what is
It's great. My fuel calculator can't even work because I can't complete enough laps.
Is 30 meters good for
No, I made sure that you're on the GT7.
30 meters?
You spun out already.
No, I mean, none of us have really completed two laps to know what the proper drain is.
Excuse me, say that can't park.
You can't park there.
I thought I could.
You need enough for 2 full laps, so I would definitely have a good chunk of fuel.
I put 30 meters.
I put 50.
I think 30 meters is good. I'll just take it easy. Take it easy.
Yeah, and I knew you have a better quality lap, so I was not gonna interfere.
I just need to find a gap.
You no longer go for a gap that exists.
I knew it. Somebody had to say it.
If car
There's a hole. There's
Sorry. If car fit, put there.
If a gap, car.
All right, so we muted ourselves here so we can commentate a little bit more during qual. We'll let everybody pass through.
My car's so unstable.
Hopefully the setup
doing?
issues
Danny, I
get
don't need a
sorted.
break.
We've got a lot of people trying to get an outlap in. This is going to be a long qualifying session, but an even longer lap. So they really got to try and work together, get each other around the grid safely. Hopefully no big incidents here on the outlap. So this is the first pack all the way up to Boat, currently the 9th racer on the grid. You can see behind him, desperately trying to catch up. Oh, Tapper catches a little bit of air. Let's see. Ooh, we see Seb going nose up. The BMW seem to be a little bit more planted through here. Let's see if we get anybody else coming up the straight. Oh, we do have a few more. Well, this is going to be the angle when the grid comes through for sure. Ooh, Max comes through nice and planted. I want to see a nose through.
About 10 times the amount of fuel.
Beamer's sticking up. Maybe we're just too close. Maybe they're just catching that air a little bit further back. I hear a few more coming around the bend there. Let's see one, but he's hauling. Let's see who it's going to be. And that'll be Mogo.
Sorry about the
We'll
10,
grab
Zach.
onto him for a second here, try and adjust the cam and go back up to the top of the pack. Speed bump. Seems to put a little bit more distance between himself and Purple, so he'll have a nice, easy qualifying attempt afterwards. Project Purple seems like he'll have a decent chance as well. Might want to put a little bit more space just in case there's a major incident. Tommy Boy seems to have broken free of the pack, so he'll get a nice little outlap in himself. And speaking of the pack, we've got Bot, Lando, Diet, and Josh sticking together here.
The sun.
Sounds like the sun is starting to get at some of these racers. You can see through another one of these hairpins.
Oh,
For a vintage mod, this is incredibly detailed. These guys do a good job. You can actually see a little three-way battle going on over here.
Dude, I'm
It looks like we've got Scent chasing down Seb. I think they're all just trying to learn from one another here on the outlap. Look for a good opportunity to make something happen.
It is so bumpy coming into the bridge.
Oops.
I don't think you need to specify a location. Just it is so bumpy.
It is so bumpy
I was
indeed.
wondering which bridge.
So let's see. We got Scent now is falling back a little bit, so he's got Flawfuls behind him, trying to leave a little bit of space. That way he can make it around for his outlap. We do hear a little bit of oh my gods here and there. Seems speed bumps still setting some good pace. His car seems to be in good condition, so I think he's managing to keep it on at least.
Uh-oh, I'm stuck.
And through the carousel,
Oh,
that is
no,
one
that's-
hell of a dip through there.
Yes, I'm
We'll
not getting
try
the
and
quali in.
keep our eyes on the pack coming through.
Now, Boat, watch out because I'm trying to lose space.
Let's try and show you guys just how good of an angle these cars are taking through here. So Tommy Boy coming in with some force.
Watch out, watch out.
Widen out just a little bit so you can catch the full angle.
I don't know. Yeah, waffles, watch out. Is there anyone behind you?
No, you should be pretty clear for a little bit.
Ooh, avoiding the dip.
Oh,
Who was that? Was that Josh Penzi avoiding going into the carousel, taking the high and wide, as you see the other three cars behind him
There's no way.
following the traditional route, so to speak.
All right,
So
when I say
that'll
clear,
then
I'm
put
at like
us
10,
to
15 seconds.
Falafels in 16, so I think we got a little bit of a gap here, just for a moment.
I'm sorry,
I
Mo.
do hear
I
we got
swear-
someone
I swear I
incoming.
looked to my
That'll be
left and there's no one
Falafels.
there, and then you just popped out of nowhere.
I'm still good, actually.
And yeah, 55% damage today, so I think we'll see nothing too crazy from these guys. Ooh, wow, major entry there from Zach. When Exeter coming in hot behind him as well.
Oh my god.
And I think that's going to be the majority. Oh, we got one more coming through here. We'll take a peek. Actually, two.
Throwing flashbang.
Let these guys come through as well. So that is going to be Mogo, still looking decent in the Ferrari. And Senti behind him, a little bit banged
problem. I
up
saw you touch the
in
grass a little bit, so.
the BMW, but that I'm sure will be okay. Like I said, 55% damage, and it's only qual. He's got a lot of time to learn the track and make something happen. He's
Showing
just
those
playing
trolls
around
that
with the
they're wrong.
setups at the moment, so once he gets something dialed in, I'm sure we'll see some strong results from him. He is one of our top lappers usually, so hopefully he can have similar...
I was gonna say on the straight, but...
he can have some better luck during today's race. So we are looking at 33 degrees Celsius on the track right now, and that I think is going to be where we see a little bit of air from a few of these cars. So let's see how it looks when we got the Ferraris.
Gotta get that in.
Wow, that Addy comes flying through down the straight. Again, a big gap here.
Your feet without the straights?
You can see these things coming from a mile away.
Straight is a nice touch.
And yeah, all of these racers get a nice little break on the straight here. It'll be a little easier for them. Speed Bump does set a lap on his out lap, so a clean one. Put him at a 7:54. He is first one around and first one to get an attempt on the board. And Project Purple will put one up as well. So it's going to be essential to get the first 4 spots. It's a 4 wide pit. So, or sorry, it's a 4 wide grid to start. And the grid is very close together indeed. So these guys are going to have to be a little bit careful and take into consideration who's around them. Hopefully some of these guys are planning ahead on that front. Botlando does set a clean outlap as well. I don't think we've seen Dia caught up in any chaos, but looking at the back of his car, he might have, but we'll stick with him for a moment. And it doesn't look like we'll see a clean one up on the board from him. Ripping across the line. Dapper does put up an 8:58, so there we go. So that is going to be our starting grid. You can see just how close together by the corners of the pit boxes. Boat coming across the line in P5. So if it's a 5-man, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so it's only going to be 4 wide. So Boat will be the first one in our second line. And wide gaps around the track here. That's going to be one thing with following the action. We'll have to really be manually jumping around. Got a little fly in my room. Let's see. I don't know if we've really seen Battalion in action too much today. Oh, and it seems like Tommy Boy having a rough go of his quali laps. As the grid slowly forms, we might get 2 full lines full tested.
Track temps are decreasing. Air temp is now 23.
The track temps are down to 25 degrees Celsius, and the wind is 9 kilometers an hour. Now no longer helping them on the tailwind.
That's how it ends, bro.
No, I know.
14 minutes left of qual. These guys have tons of time to get an outlap in. Still try and make something happen. Sent and Tommy Boy trying to work on the car a little bit before getting back out on the track.
Fucking kidding me?
We do hear the screams of frustration all around the grid. So Speed Bump currently looking at a 7:49 as he makes his way past Sector 1. Looking pretty strong pace here. Got Purple behind him, definitely trying to push ahead. I'm not sure if Purple had an incident of sorts, but he definitely put a gap to himself during the outlap. Hopefully that was an intentional one. Let's take a look here and see just how hard that Audi is pushing. So he comes flying around the bend and towards the bridge. So he is going to be 7 seconds up. So yeah, definitely some sort of incident, or maybe he was letting off the throttle later in the lap. Hopefully we can see that time go down. We'll continue to check in with him. Other than that, we've got bot Lando 27 seconds up, so that's going to put him into the range of Project Purple. And Dapper looking pretty good. He was over 30 seconds up on his time. Boat as well. So those two definitely chasing each other for the last spot on the top grid. But everybody in danger because we've got a few racers who still haven't set any times. Speed Bump set in purple sectors, though. He might be the one that's safe. Project Purple not looking too bad as well, but it'll all come down to who can actually set a lap. Tommy Boy originally had an 8:32, but just couldn't get a clean one. Seems like he had some sort of cut on his outlap following. He is back on the track, though, so we might see one more attempt from him. A lot of time left on the board. At the end of the 12 minutes, anyone who has crossed the line will be allowed to complete their lap. And we will go from there. Definitely got a little bit of echo coming from one of the racers. Battalion making his way back into the home stretch here, as we will see Tommy Boy and Kai in the pits awaiting the race to begin. I think that was Max Ward as well. We'll let Battalion cross the line there and check in with Speed Bump, now 6 seconds up on his time, as opposed to Project Purple seems to have lost a second on his Delta. So Speed Bump determined.
I'm coming up behind you.
Determined to get something done here.
Damn. Oh, don't do that.
And it looks like we've got a little bit of side-by-side action as Boat on a clean lap is trying to push through. Diet does the gentlemanly thing and lets him. That pink Ferrari looking nice as we stick with Boat through the fence line. We'll try and jump ahead.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, we'll stick with Diet through the fence line.
I was just trying to be helpful.
I don't believe that was related to the Ferrari passing.
Sorry, man.
But Boat needs to find that time. I don't blame him for pushing hard. Only got about enough time for 2 laps now, this one included. So trying to make something happen as he heads towards the back straight. It'll be interesting to see as the wind has changed just how different it will be on the back straight. If maybe these guys will lose a little bit of time. Definitely trying their best to stay away from the grass, so I'm assuming it is like a water slide.
So what ABS do you want?
I don't know. It's base 7.
Yellow flag.
Getting lost in the action there, but Boat making it look easy. You can see the sparks as he's really testing the limits of that car. He's definitely got it as low as he can possibly get it to the floor, and it is working for him as he's really hanging on control in what is really known to be a tough car to do so in. We know Boat was one of our top lappers in the practice sessions throughout the week there. Trying to stick with him all the way through. This, I think, is going to be the final tough turn for him. Right up here, it's one of the last few tricky hairpins. He carries through the entrance. A decent approach. And rides that carousel through. Speed Bump with a 48. We'll actually bump over for just a second, see if Project Purple is going to set anything only a 4.5 seconds, so not going to be able to get a sub 8. But Lando, hopefully still on a hot lap himself, because he seems to be 30 seconds up on his time. That'll put him at least an 8:36, and our delta has timed out beyond that. So we won't see where he's at until he crosses the line, if it's a clean one. And I'll see it over here if not. Coming across the line he goes. Ooh, with a cut in sector 3. That is definitely unfortunate there. So we'll see if Dapper is able to defend himself. He's got Seb Bellew in front of him, the man from Canada, trying to set a clean lap, as these two seem to have one hell of a tango going on into the final straightaway. I do see Boat in P5 getting ready to cross the line on an outlap, puts him into P2. So nicely in between Purple and Speed. We don't see any times close together to where we're seeing some real competition, but this is the green hell. Anything can happen. And you can see that in this long straight. You've got Dapper flying up on Seb. This is going to be a tough section here. Seb pulls aside to let Dapper through. Cause a little crash with the environment. It might take away Seb's clean lap attempt. But Dapper with a chance for a 52 here. And is not going to find it. Will Seb? He will not. So the quest for a clean lap continues, as nobody seems to be able to do so. We'll see who we've got coming down the straight over here. Seems like Zach D in the BMW.
No way. There's no way we can put in a fucking lap.
I hate this track with a passion.
70 seconds on cut.
Float ran him off. It did seem a little bit of a move, which you don't typically see during practice attempts. But, you know, to each their own. We have fun here. Tomboy, it's not.
Be on the street now.
Let's see, where are these racers on the grid? I got Senti, so we'll see if he's able to set a clean lap as he heads down the straight. He'll be the next candidate to do so. Float will certainly be missing you tonight. I have a sneaky suspicion we will not see all 18 of these racers coming across the finish line today, as this one's a bit notorious for exhaustion. Still have a few spots remaining on that second line, and of course, judging by the top times, I'd say only 2 positions are really secured in the front line anyway. And Senti does not find a way through for a clean lap there. Looks like Todd Moonbounce will be our next candidate in the Ferrari. Seems to be up on his time. Is he going to be able to get a clean one through? He is not, so he will fall back to the bottom of the leaderboard. Looking in at Josh Penzi now. He will be our next hope. Can he do something with the chance? He does not.
That sucks.
And we take a look at Exeter. Can he do something with his qual? He cannot. And we take a look at Patchy in the Porsche, who also cannot. But J Battalion keeping hope alive in the BMW. I don't know if he is clean. Where is Battalion? He is on a red one as well. I'm looking at the leaderboard. It is red. Don't see anybody out on a clean lap at the moment. Let's see. I think maybe Project Purple we might have one from. But he seems to be up on his time, so struggling a little bit for sure. We'll see his Boat finding anything. He's finding a few more seconds. We'll start with that. Cohiba, this one is a season event, so if you weren't signed up prior to the season, you won't be able to join
I heard my name.
the event.
My mic wasn't working. That's why I had to stop in the middle of the field right there.
You can't park there.
But yeah, so that'll be why you're getting handshake areas. It's just because it is a closed season event. Basically, our server is not shaking hands. It's rude, I do admit.
I heard these exhaust notes in my dream.
Unfortunately, it is. There is a calendar, so you can see we do have open events as well, holiday weeks, seasons, like in between seasons rather. So then we got open events on Wednesdays, new season starting up on Saturday, a whole bunch of things. So a lot of activity going on. Missing one race doesn't mean you gotta miss everything. So. Yeah, so the season itself is technically full right now. However, there's a few racers who missed some, so there might be more slots joining up. But the server is set up so that you can't join a race in progress even if you sign up, or once you sign up after the fact. So once the event started at about 9, like roughly an hour ago, that's when the championship was locked for entrance.
Fuel for the race.
Okay.
I was doing it off of 30 minutes.
2 minutes left to get across the line. I'm definitely curious to see who's going to be able to set a hot lap in. Boat 5 seconds up on his time though. Is going to get close to speed at the very least. He's got a lot of corners left to try and make something happen.
Over half the grid hasn't set a time.
And over half the grid is not even trying to.
What is it default to?
I think it's going to the last lap or
off track.
The 17th.
Like, there's no way that, like,
Exter, watch yourself on.
I'm gonna be out lap. I can make it now, right?
I mean, unless, if you're not at the straight by now, I don't think you're
How far is that?
Damn, I should have gotten water,
Yeah,
bro.
That's not gonna happen.
There is no AC in this house.
I think
so
Boat
I'm
might
like,
pull it off.
dying. I feel like
So
I'm in a
Boat
car
is going to be the last one to cross.
Countdown. 91. MMY boy
And
gas.
probably more if
Countdown.
anybody does. If it does cross the line.
I'm crossing the line.
Yeah, there you go. She got at least 7 minutes, maybe more.
Albeit.
I know this was probably already said, but yo, it's gonna be a long race. It's already been said in announcements. Long race. Long race. We don't need to get crazy with the
crazy. I was crazy.
Alright, so Boat will
With
be
the
the last
turns,
one.
right?
Anyone behind him
It's
better
an
make
hour,
what
bro.
lap they're doing count.
Dude, we all start side by side. Like there's
So bad. I tried AI starts in this just to see what it was going to be like. Like
So Boat
play around.
did get across. He did not set a clean lap on his previous one, but will have one final attempt. He is not going to take the attempt, so that will now change it up a little bit. It looks like we've got Jay Battalion will be the final racer to come across the line. We find him 3.6 seconds away.
A good race doesn't mean
I
running.
want to drown this fucking track in the
That's
back.
right. That's what I'm saying.
I
You know what a
really
good
don't
race
know,
is.
dude. I didn't finish 2 consecutive laps at all.
100 it is.
I'm just going to fucking load it up. Whatever it'll let me put in.
Battalion will be the last legitimate lap, is what you can see there.
The amount of times Jim has told me it'll polish it out.
Bro, I remember, like, you know, my phone was, like, entirely red. Is like, don't worry, man, it'll just polish out. What polishing agent are you using, Jim?
If by polish out, you mean replace the panels.
He's doing pretty good. I just don't know if he is on a clean lap or not. Let me see if I can find out.
Just
It
to let you guys
seems
know,
it so far.
I'm going to be streaming the 24-hour endurance race with AC Friends. It starts at 5 o'clock in the morning my time.
Tomorrow?
Where? What track?
I am stuck on my side.
It's the Nordschleife.
I mean,
The
They
real
have
one.
their own custom track as well.
Okay,
And there's over 200 drivers.
Damn, it's like that.
Yeah, you guys should drop in and say hi. Check it out.
I definitely will. When is this? Tomorrow?
Yeah, it's gonna be on for 24 hours starting at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
200 drivers, so probably like
I'm doing the full
25
24.
teams is pretty good.
Oh, you're doing the full 24?
No.
Are you
No, he's not driving the whole time.
No,
He's streaming
no,
the whole
I'm
thing, bro.
sitting here watching it for 24 hours.
Oh my god.
Bro, you're scaring me.
Not really, but like.
Jeez, yeah,
I'm
if
gonna be
you're,
streaming, so
I'm not
check
sure
it
how
out.
well you
I'm
guys can
probably
hear,
here for
but
the first few hours.
he's Speed Bump, who you can see
Sick.
on our channel. He helps stream out,
what time
stream most of our races as well. He'll be streaming
Oh,
a
you're
big
Western?
24-hour Nürburgring tomorrow,
7 a.m.
so that should be a good one.
Yeah. I like how Jim said Sector 1 is 3.6 off the pace. I'm like, it's like, no, speed is so much faster.
We are keeping our eyes here on Battalion. He's the last one to get a chance in, and he's doing well. I do see Purple, but Purple left a little bit after the fact. I don't see him on a clean time at the moment.
Yeah, the grid is wide open.
Is Purple on a clean lap? Oh, Purple is on a clean one.
It
Good
doesn't matter
steam.
if I dip down one position either. It's the same either
Is
way.
Purple ahead of him? It might
You
be
might as well just
Purple.
call yourself the best in the biz.
Alright, well, it might be Purple.
The
We'll
best there
see.
is, the best there.
We'll keep an
Wasn't
eye.
the
His
best
laps
there ever
are
will be.
clean at the moment, and he seems to be pushing pretty hard. I see Diet Oxygen still on the track. He's on an outlap though, so he will not have a good chance. So it's between Battalion, Purple, and
That's right.
it's between Battalion
By
and
the
Purple
way,
right now for who will set the
It's
last
not gonna be
one.
on my channel. I'm actually streaming it on AC Friends. So.
Oh, and it
You're
will
gonna have
not
to
be
post it
on his
somewhere, dude.
channel. So
That's just the end of it. You're gonna have to post
you
it.
gotta look for
and
AC
we're gonna
Friends.
all have to like promote our boy.
For
Speed
part of
Bump.
the Discord, he'll make an
Bucky
announcement later.
is supposed to be commentating it, so we'll see if that's gonna still happen. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
We will see about that one. Hopefully, I do end up with a little bit of time to pop in. I got some wedding planning stuff going on, but
I love you all.
24 hours is a long time,
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
sure I can sneak it out
Are people
somewhere.
still out there?
Yep.
I'm gonna sit there on the gas line, dude. On the finish line, I'm just gonna sit there.
Just block the whole
Project Purple is our final competitor. So if you guys are wondering, he's got about
That'd be so
4 minutes, or sorry, 3.5 minutes left on his lap,
It's
and
happened,
then
but that'd be such a
overtime will
dick
come
move.
to an end.
Can we shorten this race like the real N24?
I'm not evil. I'm just.
Maybe
It
just
will
one lap
just
race like the
be-
real
Yeah, that's like
N24?
6 hours. Actually, no, that'd be even worse.
At both. Hard. Elapsed race like the real N24?
Unfortunately, no, we will
Yeah,
not
that's what
be
we
shortening this one.
That's the real 2.4.
I'm gonna send the 200 draft.
Oh, the fact, yeah, wasn't it
also
only like
counting
7
voice
hours?
memo hours as well.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna assume
cannot
there's
wait.
not 200 cars on the track.
What happened for the
No, no, no.
number 24?
It
Hard.
got
So they're
Elapsed
early.
race like the real
Was the
ended
N24?
foul?
really early because there was so much fog you couldn't see like a couple of feet in front of you.
Oh wow, yeah, fuck that.
I think
But
they,
it was only
they,
on the GP circuit, though.
Gee,
they had heavy fog
wow.
in the Meadows
Project
remote
holds
cover,
on to one hell of
flag
a
safety, so they
spin out,
Oh,
we'll
that's
say.
true too.
Oh,
We do have
really?
Battalion
Yeah,
going
and there
through,
were
Safety
but
first, dude.
all
we're
over
gonna
the
try
place.
and
Man,
watch
you
for
guys
just a
over here
minute.
complaining about it. Jeez.
This is probably going to be what the
I know.
majority of the
How did
stream
you
is
know
like,
that
is
you
us
were
bouncing
same
back
for
and
second
forth
time?
between
We got a
lone
lap in.
drivers. We did have Battalion get a lap in. He squeezed his way into the top row, so it'll be Botlando, Denver, and Schlafels now
I didn't
in
get one.
I
row
wanted to
2.
be part. I know, but I wanted to be part of the elite. Yeah, I'm just down here.
That front row is looking pretty good,
with
though.
the-
So we have a BMW. Oh, we have two
I'm
BMWs,
too,
a
dude.
Ferrari,
I
and
was
an
up there-
Audi in the
up
front
there at
row.
least, but now I'm in the mud, dude.
Be right back.
I'm in the
Bathroom
deep
break,
end,
bathroom
bro.
break.
I'd say that ain't too bad.
I'm in the MUG, dude.
taking a look, it looks like Project is still on a clean lap. That will be the only questionable part I've seen so far. But 5 seconds up on his time. It doesn't mean much getting P4 versus P1 in qual here. Might even be better to get P4 so you're on that inside edge for the roundabout.
So get your ass.
But making the most of his opportunity. Now 6 seconds up, gaining a lot of time here. It'll all come down to the straight if he can really start flying through. We saw Dapper put a lot of speed on the Mercedes at the least, so you know these Audis aren't slow. Got one singular car coming through.
Doesn't really matter.
I was kidding, by the way. I don't care either way.
And I know everybody's getting antsy, but he is on the final straight.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 7 seconds up. We're definitely letting him finish this one. You can't cut a racer short on a hot lap when it's a legitimate hot lap. That's just not right. We wouldn't do it to us. We can't do it to them. And coming across the line, I'm sure he'll get pulled right in. As he is our final racer done. And the wait has begun for these guys. They will have just a little bit here.
For 8 laps.
They'll have just a little bit of time here, and we'll begin our 60-second countdown.
I would do 9 to be safe.
Does anyone like listen to the same music at all? Like that'd be pretty cool.
30 seconds till the
Do
second.
consensus medium tires? Yeah, I'm doing mediums. I don't know how
certified,
long they last.
approved, but e-brake.
Last about 4 or 5 laps before they hit medium grip.
Hards or mediums?
Are we thinking tire things?
No, you don't have to. You can.
Team, let's huddle up.
Wait. Can mediums like handle the whole race?
They'll be pretty falling off after into like the last lap.
So lay down.
Run mediums the whole race. Do it, you coward.
I'm going to.
This is the hardest race of the
You're
season, but I put it early
acting
on
as
so
if
they get
we
to
are
relax
actually
for the
going
rest
to
of the
race
time.
At a racing
By
pace.
comparison.
We're all putzing around this thing, so mediums are going to go for days.
Oh yeah. We're you know what it is? We're gonna be hanging out. We're gonna be tailgating,
Surviving, you know.
If I'm in this
camping
race,
out in the hills while my car burns down.
Who knows? You might see a UFO.
I'm just coasting through.
Medium softs and see.
Well,
Because
what are you running?
enough people will leave the race that you're going to get points just from finishing. But
Yeah, I just have a
that
pit,
being
I just have a
said,
pit strategy ready. And just
Oh, he's running hards. Well, that kind of throws a fucking wrench in things for me.
Yeah, monkey man.
take a look.
I don't go the whole race.
PSIs.
Everybody ready for the
Yeah.
60-second countdown?
Yes,
all right.
I just,
Let's do it.
I guess I should probably just do max fuel, right? That's probably smart.
So here
Oh, this
we
is like
go.
so bad.
Holy.
Oh, this
my
is rigged.
God.
What the inside?
What is this?
Like I said, boys,
so
can we just
Everybody
So-
take it easy off the start.
yeah?
Everybody
can we just-
definitely needs to take it easy off the start. Thankfully, they do have the sense to get speed bump on the inside, so thankfully that was built in. Max is going to be the only safe one in my eyes.
People have really high ping right now, so just be careful.
Hey, if you guys could, can we actually
This is
attempt to
something
do
special.
like almost like a running lap? Like not we don't have to like honor rules of a running lap, but like let's give space.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. This is going to be a very interesting first lap. We'll see how this goes.
This is how the power handles it.
The lights are primed and ready. We'll see. Hopefully no GT countdowns because that won't end well today.
Remember, no reason.
And immediately a little bit of chaos. But everybody gets through relatively cleanly. It looks like a few guys do break out in front. Everyone's just trying to line up here. We'll see. Speed bump trying to get a little closer to his top spot if he can. We're gonna try and watch already some collisions, but all the racers managed to keep moving.
We're not doing
Diet
nothing
Oxygen finds himself in the runoff, which is quite the unfortunate spot to be in. So who's at up front there? It's gonna be Project Purple, off on his own. Everybody seems to be trying to just stick together, hold their own where they can.
I'm so far back.
This is going to be another scary moment. A big dive in from Bot Lando there takes Exeter out. Huge dive. I don't know if that was a late breaking point or what. That's going to hold up the grid.
Who was that? That just fucking missed in that
Since the
corner
track
entirely.
is so narrow, it's so hard to see where I'm
If I was
supposed
gonna have a kid, I'm pretty sure it would have popped out there.
We are trying to keep our eyes. Somehow
Oh,
everybody
watch
is
it,
still
watch it.
moving though. I don't see anybody too far back with the exception.
I tried to stop, Patchy. I tried.
Seems like Patchy may have spun out there, but still moving.
Good job,
So
guys. We're not causing extra accidents. Just chill out. We're good.
everybody's doing a good job. Nice, easy pace around the grid. Let's take a peek up front. So we got Project Purple now making his way into the first straightaway. We'll see the rest of the grid slowly catching up to him here. That is, it looks like a dangerous turn from one of our racers. This is where I think we get to see some of the grid catch air, so we'll try and watch here if we can. Definitely see Boat catching a little bit there. Battalion goes with the nose up. This is definitely some wheel-to-wheel action. You see the McLarens go up. Ooh, Mercedes get their nose way in the air. And that'll be Max Ward holding up the back of the pack there, trying to catch up where he can, and Broadcaster's Curse strikes immediately. Tommy Boy looking for a chance through on Floffles, and Floffles lets him go, not trying to get involved in the action. Seems like Dapper has a little bit of a collision with the environment. We'll see where, as he tries to find a smooth way in. Kai goes coming off the track. We've got a few guys trying to re-enter here. Looks like the middle of the pack is where all the action is right now. Big spin up front. Looks like Dapper spun out. A little contact there possibly with Mogo. Lando, Todd, a lot of racers getting caught in the mix there. We see Dapper facing the wrong way on the track, so that will be the first big collision. But 56 minutes remaining, including a long final lap. We've got Speed Bump and Project, though, fighting it out. Project gives a position to Speed, it almost looked like there, or had a late of a breaking point. Speed Bump looking nice and clean, so I don't even think there was really contact between them. They managed to hold their own just fine. We'll see Project now slowly falling just a little bit behind. Other battles around the track, we do have Battalion trying to hold off Scent, a little beamer to beamer action in the battle for P4. They'll have a little cushion to the first group of Chaos. And Exeter's got a cushy gap between himself and Mogo. Mogo, I thought, was fighting off Patchy and the gang, but it seems like they have fallen back just a little bit. But Patchy and Josh here looking for a little bit of wheel-to-wheel action if they can. Both racers struggling through that breaking point. Josh going for the wall ride angle. That is going to give Zach a chance to catch up. I think he's got Tommy Boy breathing down his tail. Todd Moonbounce, it seems, is trying to hold off the Lamborghini behind him. We'll see if he can do so through these next couple turns. Floffle's definitely looking for his chance. There's going to be a couple of tight turns coming up, though, and it looks like he's backing off. He doesn't want the smoke just yet. Todd locking up a little bit. We'll let Floffles come a bit closer. But it's a narrow track. Floffles doesn't see a safe way through just yet. He's trying to find something, but he just can't. Sounds like we've got Mogo and Exeter there coming to an agreement. Exeter's going to let Mogo go by. He is not trying to worry about defense at this stage. Already got the grid separating just a little bit. Everyone's trying not to get too involved in the action. We actually have a nice four-way battle, so we'll try and get the view here from Patchy. As you see Tom, Zach, and Josh chasing after him. Josh with a little bit of a spin there. He's going to go for an entry. Tom goes wide to avoid him and does so successfully. Can he get on before Bot Lando? He does not, so he loses the position to a Bot Lando behind. Ooh, it actually looks like those two may have had a collision back there.
Yeah, another benefit of the hards is that if you
And we'll
spin
see if
out
Josh is able to keep himself out.
they're not cooked.
He's having some trouble getting back on the track. We've got Dapper coming in. This is going to be a tight situation. Oh, and Dapper narrowly avoids him. Diet trying to, goes wide into the grass. Couple dangerous re-entries there. Does seem to have cost Bot Lando a little bit of time, but he has not lost any positions. We've got Speed Bump now 10 seconds ahead of the group, with Purple trying to fight the purple Ferrari behind him. We'll see how long he wants to battle, because again, this is going to be a very long race to do so in. Battle of the Beamers persists as we've got Senti now going for a move on Battalion, so that was perfect timing. He's going to let him take it as Sent tries to keep moving through. A nice little move by Sent there. We'll see if he can continue to hold it. He was a little unfamiliar with the track during qual and practice, but he seems to have found his groove nicely and is doing well for Team BMW, even if the position is against themselves. We've got Patchy and Zach, though. It's going to be very tight. Zach looking for an opportunity here on the Porsche ahead. He's flashing him to let him know he's going for it. Ooh, and a little collision there. Unfortunate indeed. Patchy manages to keep moving, though. He loses his spot to Tommy Boy. We do see Bot Lando coming up behind him, but he's not going to be able to get around. Looks like Tommy Boy is able to move past Zach with some ease. Oh, Zach actually spun out on track. He manages to pull over safely. We'll see as he comes on back in. A few minutes ahead of the Ferrari of Todd Moonbounce, but a little bit behind, I want to say, the McLaren of Bot Lando in front. Speed Bump still leading us off strong as he heads down the final straightaway. This is one long straight, so this is kind of like the break for the racers, but we'll see as we head into the end of lap 1 just how big of a lead he's got. You can see the spread on the mini map as Project comes flying by, still trying to fight off Boat behind him, and then a nice long 20-second gap here, so we'll have basically double time. I'm actually going to move forward a little bit here, but that will be Senti and Battalion heading on through. You can see now Mogo there with a nice gap behind him to Exeter, sitting in P7. So a lot of BMWs up front. We've actually got a BMW, then an Audi, then a Ferrari, a BMW, a Ferrari, a BMW, a Ferrari, and then a McLaren of Bot Lando there. Looks like we do have a little bit of wheel-to-wheel action between the Lamborghini and the Ferrari down the final straightaway here. Todd trying to hold on to his spot in front of Flawfuls for as long as he can, but the speed is going to be what does him in. Although it seems he's geared for a higher top speed, Flawfuls losing the position here as he gets towards the end. Number 16 Super Fuel, whether intentional or not, that's awesome. So Todd's going to manage to stay out in front as they head into the final corners of the track. Ooh, but he's not going to hold on to it easily. Flawfuls does put a nose in, so Todd's going to have to try and make something happen. A little bit of contact there. Todd actually straightens him out and then noses him off. We'll see now as this become a three-way battle for P12. Who comes out on top? The Mercedes of Diet Oxygen sliding into the mix. Certainly going to be a tricky situation. It seems Patchy and Zach are looking for a chance here. Patchy finds himself in front as we see they go the other way. Diet goes out wide and finds himself again in the runoff. Unfortunate 2 laps in a row. Todd's going to start to pull away a little bit. You can see a few more racers coming around that bend. Unfortunate moves there. Looks like we do still have Zach looking for his chance on Patchy. I think at this point he's trying to just stay behind him. He's not really looking for the position just yet. I don't think he's costing him any time to bot Lando in front, but I could be wrong, and it looks like patience was all he needed. Patchy's going to go off, and Zach will get the position and move on through. Now it'll come down to how long he can hang on. Does seem like he's already trying to make a few late breaking points and put a gap in for himself. Definitely taking an aggressive approach here in the early stages of lap 2. But making it look easy as he finally gets a little breathing room, starting to pull away now from the Porsche behind him. And that will give him a little bit of a gap. Does seem like we've got a three-way battle, though, still for P12.
Hey,
Flaffles and Todd have
Give
not
him a cracker,
separated
baby.
very much, and Josh has decided that he wants to join him. A little bit of contact with the wall there is going to make it difficult, as he will not reach the same top speed as these guys are able to in this back straight. See him coast off to avoid the... Oh, wow. To avoid going wide, which both those other racers do, and he pulls through. And through goes Hamilton moment, narrowly avoiding contact. Did an excellent job, just throttled through. And you do see Flaffles lost a position to Dapper and Seb in the process. As we get into this corner here, we'll pull out for a second and see what other battles are going on. So that's going to be Todd now at risk of Dapper in the Audi. Definitely seen better days as his windshield is smashed. This Audi's definitely got some better acceleration as he moves up on Todd immediately, but can't seem to find the way through.
Alright.
Do see Senti still trying to look for some way to get back to Battalion in front, but not getting within that second just yet. Well, I guess teetering in and out of it, but can't make the most of that opportunity or the draft. Dapper looking for his shot here on that Ferrari. We've been looking at the back of it for a little bit here, as it seems a lot of racers have been trying to test the patience of Mr. Moonbounce there, but he's doing okay. Only lost one position so far. And it was to his own doing, we will say. Speed bump now enjoying a 20-second lead over the grid. So this is going to be a monster double points race for him if he can keep this up. At this point, he can even start cooling off a little. Seems the next fastest lap behind him is still about 12 seconds ahead, so he can take it a little easier if he needs to. Todd goes into the wall. Dapper's going to slow up to avoid the contact. Looks like we've got a third racer joining the mix in Seb Bellew in the Mercedes. Dapper is going for it, sounds like.
I got you, Jay.
Appreciate you, man.
Ooh, Todd breaks a little bit more than the other two. He's going to let both of them go through.
You're probably going to catch me in like 2 laps because you're going pretty fast.
It does seem like Sent actually has gotten the move on Battalion. Battalion may have spun out, judging by the state of the leaderboard. Seems that Exeter we see in the trees. He's gonna have to re-enter now. 30-second gap originally between him and the guy behind. Still quite a large one. Mogo looking for a way back to Battalion ahead. Looking to take advantage after whatever caused him to fall back. It seems 7 seconds to the man in front. Got a few big gaps here around the grid. Boat still looking for a shot on that. Seems Tommy Boy had a little bit of a spin. This is going to be a tricky spot for him to do anything with. Tom narrowly causing contact with Exeter, but he manages to slow down and get around him. Tom gets his head back on and is back on the move. So still in P9, not a bad showing. Mogo still looking for a way past the BMW in front. Ooh, almost had a line through there. Wasn't able to get a nose in, but gets one through before the carousel. Can he hang on? So we'll grab onto the beamer behind so we can take a look at both angles.
Did not want to hold you up or cause an accident.
And swore that we were getting close to one of the carousels, but forgot older layout, so I'm not as familiar with how it looks. So Mogo pulls that move off well before, and he'll get some ample time to go through the final one safely. We actually just have Purple and Boat going through that section now. While we keep our eyes on this, I do see that Zach is still looking for a way through Patchy to get into P10. I think he's had the same misfortunes he had. Patchy has had, as both these guys managed to stay together, but cars are starting to get a little bit banged up even with the cut damage rates. Speed bump, first one to begin the third lap of the evening. He is on heater after heater. That last one was a 754, and we'll see where our leaders end up afterwards.
No.
And we do hear some no-no-nos. I'm not sure who. Project Purple goes to the pits. Unfortunate. It seems like he may have had some sort of spin or something. I'm not positive.
Oh man. Was that Purple?
First race ends in 3 minutes. Or not.
I'm not positive what just happened there. If it was an intentional, or sorry, unintentional teleport, or... So Purple exits the pits, but I see him in third position on the leaderboard.
Yeah, your gears are so much different.
The live timings, on the other hand, are showing him down in P9.
That's all right. That's probably about to change here.
So a little bit of confusion. I think he is a lap down though, so it'll show in just a moment. Diet Oxygen now the newest challenger to Todd Moonbounce in the Ferrari. This time a battle for P13. So that'll be from...
No, I mean... No, is that what happened?
Accidentally reset, or did you like get reflected?
No, I mean like guy flew off the map.
Yeah, I've done that before too. It's very frustrating.
I was like, alright, I'm slowing up, but then it's just gonna fall away. Use the braking at the end of the straight.
Yeah, this straightaway does seem to be taking a lot of hearts. This Mercedes, though, is really making a move now on the Ferrari. That's quite a lot of speed he's got carrying through, but that Ferrari we've seen has one hell of a top speed. Both racers got to slow down at some point for this bend, and we'll see who takes the later braking point to get through these curves. Pretty even between the two of them. Diet using the wall to his advantage just a little bit there, as Todd in the Ferrari tries desperately to catch up. These guys coming across the line. Let's see how far their lap times were apart on that one. It's going to be only about a 1 second difference in pace on that particular move. Diet seems to have slowed quite a bit. Or sorry, seems to have found a way through. Todd's still looking for his chance, but this time Diet makes it all the way around the carousel. That's what I was trying to look at, but unfortunately we missed it. I am proud of him. Seems Senti has a little bit of an incident, so he goes off. He will now fall down to P9. Zach D up in P8. Ooh, off the track there. That's going to be a dangerous corner. We'll see if he can get moving before Patchy comes around. We got two racers coming in. Tough spot, and they both avoid it. One more coming, though. And it'll be Seb, but Seb helps him out.
Seb. I don't see any cars incoming.
Seb actually manages to help him out, so that'll be good there for Zach. Gets back facing the right way. He does lose a couple more spots, but he's got Seb in front of him. Josh, Patchy, Got one hell of a crew. Tommy Boy.
No, I'm completely stuck somehow. That's a new one.
I don't think that's good.
Tommy Boy gets stuck in the bushes. That is unfortunate. We've seen a few racers get taken out of the top. So that is going to shake up the grid entirely. So Tom and Project now sit at the bottom.
Well, that's good to know you can get stuck in places.
You guys want to vote for a restart?
20 minutes into 1 hour, I will physically make sure that does not happen. 40 minutes remain. They've got a ton of time to still make up some spaces here. Yeah, as we can see, anything can happen. People have gained 2 positions just by staying on the track at this point, after Tommy and Project both suffer from a little bit of misfortune.
Never do this track again.
I can agree.
Boat now no longer has to worry about fighting though, so he'll have a little bit of free range in that pink Ferrari all the way back here to try and start catching up to speed ahead. We've seen him
and not hills that will send you off the track.
we've seen him make some pretty solid times here, so if you can keep up with Speed Bump's pace, they'd be doing great.
They died going through this here, Mogo.
Ooh, and Broadcaster's Curse hits a little bit, so Boat chipping away at that 45-second lead he's got over P3 behind him, but man, just to keep moving, just gonna make things a little bit more comfortable for Speed Bump ahead. Battalion trying to make his way up to Mogo in front. We do have 2 Ferraris on the podium right now, so if the BMWs want to show up, they're gonna have to push a little bit harder.
I just keep locking my tires.
We then have Bot Lando in the McLaren looking fantastic. Let's see. He's now sitting in P5, so earlier he was way down at the grid. I think it was P8, maybe even P9. So again, just another case of staying on the track, taking your time, being patient really goes a long way with this type of a race. Do you see a little bit of action here as Seb determined to make his way around the BMW in front. He's got Josh Penzi in his sights. It's going to be a tough section though. Not a lot of opportunity to pass for quite some time here. He's got at least another 20-30 seconds till he's got a clean shot. Unless Josh pulls back and gives it to him. So Seb will move on through with speed, trying to catch up to the Porsche in front.
I heard that.
Seb is looking pretty good. I think not only could he catch the Porsche with 36 seconds remaining, I definitely think he's got an opportunity here at grabbing Scent in P7 if he can hang on to this pace. Maybe even Exeter if there's a little bit of misfortune. So he's just got to keep moving, but he's doing good. Looks like Zach trying to stick right on his tail. He moves past Josh into the top 10 overall as he comes barreling through the carousel. I do see Bot Lando in the McLaren though, looking for a way through that BMW. We'll see. I know it's Jay's mission right now to try and get in front of those 2 Ferraris, but he might have to add a car to his hit list depending on how this final sector 3 goes. Speed Bump, the first one to cross the line and complete 3 full laps of our 1 hour challenge here. You do see actually just a little glimpse of Mogo in front, so that Ferrari is definitely not out of reach for both these cars. Very curious to see if we can get Bot Lando to make a move. He might just be waiting for the straight, because I do believe that that McLaren's top speed is going to be more than enough, especially combined with the power of the draft. But we'll stick with them here. Of course, as we do that, we see another racer, that we come flying past. I'm not positive who that one was. That might have been Apache, I think. Man, this is very even top speed between the two cars. Looks like the BMW is going to go for a little bit of a later braking point. Will it pay off? They are coming through with some speed there. Battalion does go off. That's going to be a wide one. A little bit of contact with McLaren on re-entry. Not much he could do after getting ping-ponged from the wall. But that'll give Lando a P4 and a nice running head start to make something happen with it. We'll take a look at Josh watching the battle between Seb and Zach in front. I think that was Patchy that we saw spun off momentarily earlier, so that's why he is sitting now in P11. Diet getting passed in the Mercedes by Floffles in the Lamborghini, now sitting only 10 seconds away from Todd, and we saw some great wheel-to-wheel action with them earlier. But speaking of wheel-to-wheel action, it seems like Diet is not interested in giving up that spot without a fight. I do see the same goes for Battalion, now within 0.5 of that McLaren in front of him. Both racers take the cut there as they decide we're doing whatever we can to stay together. We'll
Boys, you guys
see.
left for the rest of your lap after this. This is just...
I don't know if there's even going to be enough laps for these guys to pick up an actual cut penalty. I'm not positive. Hopefully nobody's been taking advantage of that, but they're doing a good job so far. It does seem unfortunate we've had our first disconnect. Project Purple, I'm not positive when, seems about a minute ago there, has withdrew from the race. Tommy Boy in P18, trying to make up a minute and 49 seconds to Maxwell Ward in front. Diet, though, finally going to get his opportunity on the Lamborghini. We're about halfway through the straight, so the Lambo will definitely have some time to pull into the draft. We'll see if he's able to use that to his advantage or not. Going to be a tight competition here. But both racers managed to stay on. Lamborghini pushes with a little bit more force as they head towards the final chicane.
God, I love the downhill section. Best part of any racetrack.
But Diet's still holding on. We're going to take this moment to take a look around the grid. So speed bump in P1 has had a little bit of damage. I think that's actually just from the very beginning of the race, maybe. It does look a little bit less clean than when I think we first tuned in. So might have had a little brush up with a wall here or there, but seems to be lapping along just fine. 45 seconds separating him and Boat behind him. So we'll take a look there, see just how far away his competitor is. And that little pink speck on the map is going to be Boat over here in the Ferrari. So 45 seconds, now a minute. Ooh, and that was Tommy Boy retiring the car about halfway through the race. So that is 2 solid positions gained for everybody just by staying on the grid tonight. We'll see if anybody else falls victim to the green hell and its frustrating ways. This layout is something else if you guys haven't done it. It is not your typical Nords. There's a reason these guys are getting frustrated. This takes a lot of skill and determination. Speaking of determination, we see Zach has finally found a way through on Seb, which we momentarily missed out on. We'll see if Seb can get a nose back through. I think these guys have been trading positions a little bit in this battle for P8. They're trying to work their way up to Scent in front. I know we got our little rivalry going between the 29 car and the 66 car. So it'll be very interesting to see if they get close together. Will their manufacturer side kick in and will they work together to hold off this Mercedes? Or will it become a battle of the rivals? Definitely something I'm curious to see play out. 30 seconds left, and it seems these guys are chipping away 1 second at a time on that lead in front. It seems Lando finally gets a pass on Mogo. Mogo maybe with a little bit of damage and might have gone off. Not super clear what we missed there. I do see Seb and Zach have light collisions with the environment.
Jeez, I didn't think you were gonna go like that.
A little bit of a hairy moment, it seems, between Josh and Zach as Zach re-enters, calling for a go-around, and just a little bit of miscommunication, I think. Again, we weren't watching. That's just based on voice chat. We've got Mogo in the teal Ferrari. Gave up his position to Lando and is now letting him really coast away. I think the damage is starting to get to him just a little bit, but he does have a 30-second cushion still to P5 behind. And looking for as many points as he can get. I think Lando is in his division, though, so he'll want to at least try and break through. I could be wrong about that. Do you see Zach still only a second away? Although, how can I ignore what's going on back here? A little battle for P13. Seems to be the spot today. Everybody wants that lucky number 13. Diet gets hit with Broadcaster's Curse right as we tune in, so it becomes Flaffles versus Todd, the Ferrari and the Lambo once more. Broadcaster's Curse wipes out Flaffles and Lambo facing the wrong way as Diet pulls off the wall ride and then crosses over the track for the clean pass. So that is one hell of an expert move. I think on Tony Hawk Pro Skater that would usually net you at least a couple like probably 1250 if I had to guess. You know, sometimes I did some odd score, so it might have been like a 1285, but definitely some solid points from that pass overall. Project Purple back on the track, so 1.1 laps to make up. It seems he is determined to at least take the spot away from Tom, so that'll be some solid points there. I think these guys are competing together. We'll see if maybe Tom tries to get himself back on the grid one more time and put a lap in the bank on Project. It is a double points race, so every little point can count. We don't have our full grid tonight, so it's possible that this may not end up being a drop, even with a poor performance. Seb looking pretty good here as he's chasing down Scent in the BMW in front. He's managed to put a nice gap behind, to the man behind, Zach Dickinson. So we won't get to see Zach and Scent together just yet. Scent will have to fight off this Mercedes on his own. We've got a few BMWs who have fallen victim already. Both of these guys have some excellent control. I mean, we are 4 laps into this race, as well as the practice and qualifying sessions earlier today, so they're definitely starting to get familiar with the track, I'm sure.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Seems like Todd Moonbounce goes out a little bit down below. Senti gonna go off the track. That'll give the Mercedes the opportunity to move through. Scent gonna be working pretty hard now to try and make that spot back up. So Seb gonna have to really keep the door closed. 26 minutes left, so he can let the position switch again and kind of save his energy if he wants, but it seems like Scent is determined. So, and looks like, I think this is like a known track cut or something that I am missing out on, but seems to be a grid-wide thing. I think Zach may have spun out onto the grid. So he's in P12 now. I do see Diet looking to make a move still on Flaffles. Dapper trying to make a move on Patchy in front. Scent and Seb still fighting ahead. So as we enter the back half of the race, definitely a little bit of action starting to brew. You know, see if that Audi can maybe make something happen on the Porsche in front. Now within 4 tenths as they head closer and closer to the final straight. He's just got to stay within that drafting range. That'll be his best chance.
The wheel alignment.
And I think you would have to fix.
Way to fix what?
Like just suspension. Or would it fix every single body?
I think engine, suspension, and body are all the 3 separate categories for the pit.
I believe they are correct, but I'm not sure.
I mostly
Dapper gonna get the opportunity here on Patchy. And the opportunity he takes. That smashed windshield definitely doesn't make it easy, but he's carrying some serious speed as he heads into the final corners of the lap 4, I want to say. So these guys still working hard. Speed bump after putting a sub-8 in the bag seems to be taking it a little bit easier now. An 8-minute lap on his previous, not a personal best on sector 1 for I think the first time so far this race. So seems to be finally starting to settle in and just enjoy his lead. He's got a full minute to the guy behind.
How long would it take to
Dapper seems to be
depends on how bad
it
it's
usually adds like 15-20 seconds, I think, to your pit, depending.
Okay.
Oh, we are striking this back through with broadcasters curse like there's no tomorrow. Does seem we have Diet Oxygen retiring from the race, so that'll be another position to gain for some. Now, taking a look, it seems Kai Cole also enters the pits and pulls out. 22 minutes left, and we've got them dropping like flies. A lot of positions here to be gained. Project Purple slowly making his way around. He's going to get a few just again for staying on the track, staying in the race. I'm not sure if these guys are in his class, but
who has the best lap time?
any position helps. We're looking at Patchy right now, trying to get back up to Dapper in front. Take a look at speed in P1. Probably one of the cleanest states of a car we have at the moment. Looking great in the 79 car as he comfortably heads through. He's actually on a heater right now. Half a second up on his time and gaining. Part of me wonders if he even means to. These guys have some cold track temps right now, so that's definitely going to make things a little bit hard for them. I mean, I don't even really want to make you guys wait the full minute for that next car, so we'll go looking for him and looking and looking and looking. And then after that, we'll keep looking. So there's that pink Ferrari of Boat. One hell of a lead for Speed Bump there. Let's take a look at how clean this Ferrari's looking, if he's had any brush ups throughout the race. Definitely taking a little bit of damage up front, but if we look at from here, it looks like he's had one fine race, and that's all that matters is the angle at which you present yourself. Looking around the grid, we still have a few fights going on. I want to make sure everybody's getting the love and attention they deserve. So we've got Speed Bump up front, Boat behind, Bot Lando in the McLaren, Mogo in the Ferrari, Battalion in the BMW, Exeter also in the BMW, and then Seb sent Josh. This will be the close battle that we've got so far. Right now is P9, Josh, followed by Dapper and Patchy behind him. So these guys still in the hunt for a couple spots here with 20 minutes left. Got a lot of movement around the grid, so it's not fair to say that anything is over necessarily, but definitely starting to see the gaps form. You can see down on the mini map, P6 to P5 is probably one of the bigger ones we've got at the moment. as well as P1 to P2. You can also see that evident in the live timings. P14 back down to the P16. Oh wow, so P16 is actually holding the gap between them right now. So another large one, it seems, at the back of the grid. Seems like Dapper actually starting to make a little bit of time up on the BMW in front of Josh. He's on a hot lap. Let's take a look at what these guys are doing. So Josh's best lap is a 42 as opposed to Dapper with a 30. So we're going to hang on to this battle for a minute here. I think we might see a pass sooner than we think. Dapper clearly gaining a lot of time on the track somewhere. He's got an additional 12 seconds on the man in front's personal best. We'll see what he can do. It seems like Patchy knows that this is the battle to be a part of, because we see him sniffing around the back looking for a point or two to pick up. He's hanging out right behind Dapper. I think Josh is actually in his category, so if he can find a way through with Dapper, that'll be some good points for him overall. And he goes a little bit wide through the carousel. Oh, and it seems the stream should have audio, I thought. Wait, no, the stream definitely, I think, has audio, because I was talking to somebody about it. Unless there's a momentary issue of sorts. We've got Patchy hammering through on the Porsche. He seems to have kind of lost out a little bit. Ooh, nice control there. Loses a little bit of time to the man in front, but manages to hang on to his position. That is the restraint that you need to finish decently in the race today. Seems like an opportunity forming in front here. We've got Dapper and Josh trying to make a move. You see Senti now in their sights. Actually, it looks like Kai was just pitting and is now back on the track. Does have quite a ways to go to make up to the man in front. See if they are involved in any action in a moment. Dapper for a moment looked like he was going to try and make a play, but right now it seems like it's Josh's game.
No.
Dapper looking good. That might have been Zach, it seems.
Buggy. Oh, Buggy, if you can hear me, there's no audio.
Zach, it seems like, goes off wide.
No, don't fall into the thing.
Being told there's no audio on the stream. Let me double check right here. Apologies if you double hear.
It's working now.
Yeah, I can hear the stream audio. Hang on. I just checked. There is definitely stream audio. Alright, Zach is on a mission. I know there's just like battles and stuff going on, but I want to see how this plays out, because I feel so bad for him. But at the same time, I am equally impressed. He seems to be finding a way. Can he get back on with some speed here? Is that his plan? Let's see. Could this be it? Oh, I thought that was it. But he might have an opening right here in the carousel.
Oh my gosh.
No way. Is there an invisible wall that he can't get through?
Oh man. I'm really outside.
It does seem like there's an invisible wall that they will not let him back through. All right. Senti ends up pitting, so he's going to be going for a little bit of a pit stop strat, see if he can get back into the hunt here. Well, it seems like Zach will be going to the pits possibly, depending on his situation, so those guys might end up having a little fight between each other. Speed bump now with only a 26-second lead to the man behind him. I wonder if the deltas have adjusted now that Boat has put a clean lap in of an 8:01.6. So possible that they're getting a little bit of a update to the delta. So Senti coming out of pits now, going to be in 12th position, 13 seconds to the Lamborghini in front of him, but fresh, I want to say everything. Yeah, he's going to have a little bit of an advantage there. 14 minutes remaining. I think he could definitely make up a spot or two. Boat looking good in the Ferrari. 27 seconds separating him and the man in front now. It actually looks like that lead did genuinely go down. Speed bump seems to have gone for a pit. So speed bump now getting some fresh tires in, and he's now on the medium tires as well. He's looking great, so he's definitely able to fend off the guys behind, and we'll see what kind of a lap time we can see from him afterwards. Zach D coming around. He must have found his way onto the track somewhere. I'm not 100% positive where. It's possible that he pit and re-entered. Trying to keep our eyes on anyone who might be a little bit close together. I think we've got P11 Senti. I hear someone nearby, so he's got a little bit of company. I think that's going to be Floffles. It is, and the Lamborghini behind him. Sent goes wall to wall, but hangs on. Still manages to go through. And hangs on with some care. So a little bit rough to get started, but manages to finish his way through the first straightaway. Floffles now ripping through on that Lamborghini, trying to find a way back up to the top 10. I think that's going to be Max behind him in the Porsche, looking to at least get a little bit of action here. The Canadian man finding himself in quite a nice spot. He's got 5 guys behind him.
Don't want to do anything. It's hot.
Oh, and a little bit of contact,
All
it
good, man. I was
seems
trying
they.
to wait and hesitate for it, and yeah, it caught me. All good.
I couldn't control that one. I'm sorry, mate.
So these guys have a little bit of a spin. No big deal, actually, of all the spots to do it. That's a decent one to do it in.
At the fucking timing for a second. Now I'm like outside of the fence. Oh shit.
Oh, and we see another racer outside the fence.
Is there a way to get back in?
Yes,
No.
you have to go along the fence. There should be an opening eventually.
There wasn't.
I'm in a campsite.
Kind of sick though.
It's possible if you can get in.
Oh no. And I'm through the map.
And I was gonna say that doesn't look fantastic there.
Yeah,
Or
it
dapper.
It was at the end of the straight, you know, like the little dip that's in there. If you
I will say, technically, if you go over a fence or over a bush,
I had made some progress too.
yeah, I don't know how to. I do feel bad, but unfortunately. That's the problem with these long races. You put in a lot of effort and time, and just in a snap, things can change. But that is one advantage. It seems like these guys have at least some fresh cars to fight in. Dapper's got 10 minutes to make up a minute and 30 seconds to Todd Moonbounce in the Ferrari in front. Seems like he's probably found himself in the ways with a little bit of, not traffic, but at least some people to drive with. Speed bump, on the other hand, just out in no man's land, as he has been for an hour. Hopefully he's listening to a podcast or something. But right now he might be focused on that top time. Already half a second up. So the pit stop definitely beneficial to
10
him.
minutes but 2 apps.
A
10 minutes left, guys.
Decent gap here. It is going to be 2 more laps. So Boat is the one currently trying to chase him down. Looks like he actually may have just moved past Dapper, or actually Dapper will have just come out behind him with a fresh car. So
9.5.
that is going to be pretty interesting to watch as we head into these final 10 minutes, as our boys like to keep reminding us. I'm going to let the AI take over for just a minute here, and I will be back momentarily.
Maybe the leader will.
And the AI broadcast strikes just as hard as the regular broadcast. That is unfortunate.
Oh, I'm absolutely.
Broadcaster's curse is just a real thing. There's really not too much we can do about it there, other than not stream the races. But then why would we do that? So because overtime is so long, I wonder how far we can get on a lap with the
hard tire was definitely not the play.
We're hearing the hard
Getting
tire is
heats
not
into
the
the
play
mediums has
because
been
there's
impossible.
no heat, I'm guessing, is the issue in
I
the
don't think my fronts
hards.
have gone above like 68.
I don't think a lot of these guys keep the track temp stats up and everything, but this is the coldest part of the session that they have had. Now, it's a random variety. Could have been anything. Could have been hot, could have been cold, could have been lukewarm, but just pure luck of the draw. They got 25-degree track temps, and I've seen 36 before, so not the best.
Nah, you go ahead. You're faster than me.
Not with this damn.
Thanks, Zach.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit fastest lap.
So, just so you boys aren't super confused, it's 25-degree track temps. That's part of the tire thing.
How did the track get so cold?
It's completely random. It's a wide variety on every session. So yeah, that is something to take into consideration.
It's like once you exit the pits, I'm like, I don't know, halfway around the track.
Yeah, so that's one thing that it's tough, unfortunately, but these guys do got to take into consideration is that variety of the track temps. They should be trying to, figure out pressures if it's hot, if it's cold, and stuff throughout. That's kind of why we keep it changing in the looping, but at the end of the day, that track temp isn't going to be the make or break with this long of a race, unfortunately. This, I think, being an older modded track makes it a little harder to get the actual heat in the tires because it's a little slippery. There's not as much grip due to the track type. So hopefully once we return to the normal circuits, as I'm sure these guys are now going to start thinking of them, we'll see a return to the pace and the heat and the grip that these guys are familiar with. So our race leader coming up on a little bit of traffic here. So I think this is probably one of the first cars he's going to have to actually drive through in a little while. I'm not sure how much lapping he's really had to do. It seems to be the P12 car actually though. So this will be, yeah, everybody else has pit behind this car. So I think it's possible.
Part fixing at the same time, like would it do at the same time?
Yeah, it does it all at once.
Oh, I should have picked the tires.
Throw on sauce for the last minute or two, a little cheeky strat. So we'll see here. We got Kai Gonna be the first racer that Speed comes across, and one hell of an entrance as he almost takes out the race leader. That's gonna be a little bit of a yellow flag incident. We'll see if he can get back onto the track quickly there. He does. 40 seconds separating Boat and Speed, so he actually had quite a large bit of operating room there. Floffles still looking to get to the BMW in front. He is just outside of top 10 where he sat comfortably for a good chunk of the race. So hopefully he can make something happen. Zach D, I think, has a little bit of a spin.
Without crashing.
He does. So we'll see if anyone comes up on him. He's going to hang on to that. Oh, he's a full lap ahead of the man behind. So sitting relatively comfortably there. Floffles and the Lamborghini is going to be our big question. He is the final one to make an attempt here. We can see something out of Exeter possibly, as Seb Battalion has moved past him into P6. I'm sorry that we didn't see that move. Not sure when that one did. Maybe that is something that we watched quite some time ago. Floffle's going to get the move on Scent as he spins out, unfortunately, into their first straightaway. That'll give Floffles the opportunity. We've seen him go wide here before, though. And with a little bit more control this time around, he will keep moving through. Scent seems to have kept his pace, though, pretty decently. Didn't lose too much time. Now sitting only a second away, or sorry, less than 2 seconds away from the Lamborghini. I wonder if it's a top speed issue. Ooh, but Scent comes in with too much speed as we see him hitting the wall behind. That's a little bit more of a cushion for Floffles, but Floffles then hits the wall in front. That'll give Scent the position back, now sitting 2 seconds ahead.
Speed bump up, they're running the 750s.
So Speed Bump is in his final lap of a 750. Seems Botlando has a little bit of a spin. Kai as well. Floffles is looking good as he controls that Lamborghini. There was that one turn I wasn't sure if he'd pull it around for, but he manages to. Now within a second of Scent. We'll see if he can get a little bit closer on these next couple turns. They will have one more lap, I want to say, to go.
Dapper, let me get a draft.
Or do you mean 750 as in like
700 seconds is well over 10 minutes, but some of these guys are almost a full thing back. This is going to be a little bit closer than I expected it for some of these guys to finish up.
There goes me trying to get fences.
We're going to have to keep our eye on and maybe even set a little timer here.
What?
So I think it's set for 11.5 minutes of overtime, I want to say. So it's going to be a little bit close.
Inside view was
This is going to be tight for some of these guys in the back of the pack. I don't think they are as far ahead of Speed as they need to be. I'm trying to do the math here, but it's a little bit tricky given all the gaps between the grid.
Zach, I'm up, Zach.
That's
Oh my god, I'm upside down.
No.
Fuck.
Todd Moonbounce
reset too,
goes
dude.
back to the pits. Unfortunately, he will have to
And that was at
reset.
the end of my lap.
I know. What was it? Okay, was it at like that like little dip at the last turn?
That was close. It was like halfway in sector 2.
Yeah. Shall we never do this track again?
So.
Or if we do, just do it.
Floffle's now sitting way behind Senti there, so Sent managed to find some good speed. Looks like these guys are all kind of where they're gonna end up. I think Project Purple actually looks like he might have a chance on Max pretty shortly. We'll take a look where we can. Josh Pensy going to the pits there. Senti going to the pits there.
Oh man, Josh, you get two.
Josh ends up coming right back out onto the track. I'm not sure what happened there with Josh, but not too far behind Battalion, so he'll have a chance. Maxwell dropping back the speed a little bit to let Project go through. Not going to fight it too hard as they're just trying to finish their lap. Again, I'm not 100% positive where it's going to end up.
Because like I've never driven it before. Sim racing,
Speed
but,
bump.
like,
He is on the final lap.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting off because now I'm a lap.
I remember driving this with like the old like the AC like
Oh,
cars, and I was like,
so these guys have, I want to say, 11 minutes to get across the line.
I can see how fun it can be, like, but yeah,
If it was with more,
Hopefully that is more than enough. There's only really one way to find out, and that is for Speed Bump to finish. He is 50 seconds ahead. He has been dominating since lap 1.
Usually, like the other tracks, you can learn
And
like maybe 3 days.
well, just an absolute amazing performance. Senti ends up pulling himself completely out of the race. He's going to lose a few more positions from this, though. If he had kept going, he might have still had a chance. Just with the way things were going, he's on top of a lot of people in his class.
I just kind of feel like when I saw it, like it
Might not lose too many positions. It's all going to depend on where the overall scoreboard ends up. I am keeping my eye on these live timings here.
I'm gonna say bye, guys. Thanks.
Later.
So Seb will move past into P6 off of the DQ Exeter as well. A few more guys will find themselves taking advantage of that. Looks like Maxwell Ward will be ending his race a little prematurely as well.
That was not going to make it otherwise. There's still one more lap.
Mogo, it sounds like, had a nice little cushion, so he was able to pit for fuel.
No, not again. You kidding me?
Dapper.
Problem is P13 and 14 are still kind of fighting, but I don't know that they're going to have enough time.
Yep.
Barring incredible laps here.
Okay, I'm gonna back out so I don't accidentally force it to wait for me to
There's no way to go. It's just gonna send me through the map again. Yep.
There's no kind way to say this, but I think Speed Bump might have been too fast. Although actually that wouldn't affect where they are in relation to the overtime, so I think that is just kind of where she rolls. Dapper now pulls into the pits. That'll be another one. Wow, the way that Speed takes that line there, you can see him just flying through. He is pushing to end strong, not even on a hot lap, but just going through it as quick as he can. Looking to end his hour in the green hell.
I was 1 inch from flying over like you
so
did.
you know like that little dip on the last turn speed?
Yeah.
I flung myself into that.
I literally almost just did what you did.
Did you go through the map?
Let's take a look here. I think P3 is at least near some action. Well, that'll be Kai who pulls aside to let him through. So our timing is impeccable there. Really trying to see, but nobody is sticking too close together. So Speed Bump heads his way down the final straightaway. Let's take a look around the grid one last time. We've got Boat and the Ferrari, Bot Lando, Mogo, Battalion, Seb, Exeter, Patchy, Flaffles. Unclear where Senti will end up, as Moonbounce may still get in front. Penn Josh after him, Dapper now in pits, Project in pits, Zach, Kai as well. So gonna be interesting. Project may not be far enough in pits for it to register that that's where he is, but Speed Bump will be coming across the line shortly here. And he will be our first one to finish. Now the question is, how many people will finish? Hopefully overtime will extend 700 seconds from that point, but
100%.
These Ferraris pick up, the McLarens pick up a lot.
Like in the middle of the straight
Lando
and then
was
under the bridge, I'm
flying.
getting serious air for the lift every time.
As he gets closer and closer to the line.
It might just be.
Ooh, serious air indeed. But that doesn't mean it can't be cinematic. But with one hell of a race there, he was locked in P2, I want to say, towards the end of lap 1.
Yep.
And he's another one who just held on to it ever since. Bob Lando will be the next racer that we turn our eyes to.
I have a feeling for a while.
And he manages.
It's only one race this gets.
I don't know why everybody left. It's a reverse race after this.
No, I thought.
Oh shoot. Oh. Okay.
But a big race counts as 2 points, though.
Well, I still have a team.
Man,
Bob
the hard tire
Lando
was really
coming
not
through
the
with
play.
some force.
Nope. This thing feels like garbage. I've been sliding around the entire time.
For me, they were perfect.
And
It was just
finishing strong in the McLaren there. A solid P3, so that will be our top 3 all finished there. The BMW, the Ferrari, and the McLaren to lock down the top 3 spots. Not too far behind, we'll have Kai in the Audi, locking in P16 there.
Yeah,
Due
the
to
hard tire
a
is good
pit,
for like
I
the
think
first
he
maybe
ended up, or
1
maybe
or 2
2
laps,
pits,
and
he
then
ended up a little
it just
further
goes
back.
off the cliff, and
Speed bump
you're
pitting with
better off
3
picking
laps
I think what
to
speed bump
go.
is, you pick the medium tire
Mogo
pit,
pitting on the final lap.
to put
So
on new tires.
a couple guys
That was
picking
probably the play.
different strategies throughout. It did end up working pretty well. Speed bump held his pace strong throughout.
So
So
what is the next race?
definitely seemed to make up the difference. We were trying to wait it out and stall some time, but Mogo finally now seems to be entering the final chicane. We will be seeing him momentarily. A lot of racers still out on
Is the
the
race actually
track, but
done?
nothing super accurate.
That was
Oh,
final lap.
And that will be Mogo across the line in a solid
So I'm just
P4.
gaining 3
I
positions
think he
then.
sustained some pretty
goodness.
heavy
Let's go.
damage at one point. Where
I'm out
is
of
the
bounds.
car
Just
that
call it
this
as
thing
it
is
is.
following me?
I can't get back in. Oh, I just hit exit by accident. Oh.
What car? Oh,
Let's
you got
go
it. Yeah,
top
there
10.
you go.
I was PL or
All right, so we got J Battalion
Let's go.
there.
But you finished?
He is going to be our next racer across the line, barreling down the final straightaway. He's actually got P9 Floffles in the Lamborghini behind him.
I
So
do
he
get
might
it.
be just slowly moving up a little bit.
I was at points anyway, right?
Pace.
No.
I was
You
P11.
get double points. You get double points. Regardless, like what group are you in?
The amateur. Oh well. Just say, I guess I'm behind you. I don't know. I didn't figure it out. I was out of bounds.
Hour
You
and
just
7.
TP back to pits. I mean, you should probably rejoin so you don't lose all your points.
Oh, okay.
That's smart.
That's okay. I've got my eyes on the thing. They don't have to rejoin. Everybody's doing pretty good.
Getting sent back to pits because I was leaning down.
The battalion across the line. Looks like we've got one more not too far behind him. That'll be Todd Moonbounce
See, you
in
had
the
to move,
Ferrari. Looking pretty good. Coming
Yeah, that
across
was
the
a
line in
tiring race.
P10. He'll be our final racer in for points. And this is where the questionable group starts to come in. We definitely start to get a little closer and closer. I think we've got about 3 or 4 minutes remaining until the group finishes off. P8 Patchy will have to get all the way across the line somehow.
Anyways, yeah, man, I'm sorry.
As
about
we
that.
get
Sucks.
straight closer and
Way to
closer.
go.
And
At least,
it was literally the last.
I got it.
Like
As I understand it, just about 140 seconds left for everybody to cross the line. It's gonna be a little tight, but we'll see what we can do.
As long as it says race over for you, you finish.
Okay, don't hear four worst. Yeah, 4 lowest scores for the season are dropped.
It says leader on final lap for me. Can we just count me as done?
No, you gotta finish, bro. Like
I'm
what?
not doing a whole nother lap.
No, it's fine. The guys who left, I got you.
I didn't
You
mean to
just
leave,
beware. You might lose some spots as guys finish to the guys who do finish the lap. That's all.
Well, I was already a lap down because I got
Yeah.
tipped on my side, and I was leaning down, and it teleported me.
No, you're good.
Lando, you were flying.
Yeah, I
up
mean,
there,
whatever the leaderboard says at the end is what the
follow
leaderboard
the
says. If
start,
they did one extra lap or one less lap, then that is what they did.
I saw
So
you.
Apache
saw
will
you
be our questionnaire. I think we've got just about 80 seconds left at this stage. And he's coming down on his time and gaining time, and it's going to be very, very close. I'd say 60 seconds left. He's really right on the edge to where that 700 marker is. I am not 100% sure whether or not it's going to let him finish. Hopefully it does.
No, with arms, my arms hurt. My force feedback was, I didn't adjust to it at all.
In the Duck Hams 75 car, looking great. He's definitely topped out there. You can see not too much more movement on the overall speed. And he comes flying around one of the final bends. Let's see, he's got about 10 seconds left on his time. I think that's got about 20 seconds left to cross the line. So he might have done enough to get what he needs to.
Second lap might be capital, but you do like 5 seconds, half a lap.
What's the track for that this Saturday?
So he is managed to cross the line
I think it's Rhode Island.
smoothly.
Oh, no
way.
That's next week.
Oh, give me all
Looks like we've got Seb burning out his tires over here.
Laguna Seca?
Just providing with a little bit of action.
Right now.
It's gonna be a good race.
That'd be more fun than.
Let's see.
It's actually a track I know.
Later, man.
We've got Floffles in the Lamborghini.
Props to
Are they gonna let him
finishing, man.
finish
That's
the
like-
race?
that was the
Looks
longest
like they
race I've
are
done.
as we continue to push further and further past the 700-second marker. So it
And
might be
this-
from
this
when the
track is
leader
rough,
crossed
dude.
the line.
Like,
Do you see him still flying through with some speed?
It really humbles you, though. I
Speed
like it.
bump,
I like the,
quite literally pushing him along.
the smackdown of the track.
And that will lead
Feels
only
like
one
a,
racer
like a
on the
cracked out
grid.
canyon
In
run,
8th
you know?
position there, it's
Yeah.
showing me.
Way better. Okay.
But
Who
Zach,
that was
the
stop on one
let's
straight?
see where he ends up.
What happened?
When I was behind you, that we were on the long straight, there was someone stopped on the right side.
Oh yeah. Somebody had spun or something like that.
Oh my god, I was drafting you and I popped right and it was right in front of me. I almost hit it.
Yeah, I was interested to see what was gonna happen going underneath the bridge, and I'm really relieved that
Zach D crosses the line
lifted.
Oh no.
and finds himself in P11. So a lot of spots lost just by not finishing the race today.
How strict are the
But overall, great
penalties,
race
do
over,
those
and
actually apply
nothing we
and
can
whatnot for